Hello legends, it's Guan here. Good to see all of you here today. Alright, another EV company share skyrocketed, like a SpaceX Starship rocket. What the hell is with all this craziness? Let's find out more about Rivian and my valuations on this stock. Alright, into the next segment. History of Rivian. Rivian, an American EV company founded in 2009 by Robert Scaringe, also known as RJ, but not Robert Downey Jr., RDJ. I know, lame pun intended. Broadly speaking, they design and manufacture EVs for two main markets, consumer and commercial markets. They have the R1 models, namely the R1T, a 2-row 5-passenger pickup truck, and R1S, a 3-row 7-passenger SUV. These R1 models are catered for the consumer market. As for the commercial market, they have got the electric delivery van, known as EDV. Make sure you stay until the end for more spicy stuff about the EDV agreement with Amazon. Now, they follow Tesla's footsteps, where they operate a direct-to-customer model where customers don't need to buy their vehicles through dealerships. That's a big plus point to me, personally.
Wow bro, Rivian looks so promising. But how does a truck go against Tesla's Cybertruck?
Okay, let's do a rough comparison of their R1T against the Cybertruck. On the hindsight, you can see that Rivian R1T is a great contender against Tesla's Cybertruck when it comes to accelerating from 0 to 60 miles per hour. However, R1T at the moment doesn't come as close as the Cybertruck's charging at 250 kW max compared to only 160 kW max for R1T. Not only that, R1T can currently only pull 11,000 pounds, whereas Cybertrucks has several variations of towing capacity, ranging from 7,500 pounds to a maximum of 14,000 pounds. This is definitely something that R1T needs to work harder on, as I would imagine many blue-collar workers will appreciate the choice of towing more stuff. Now, depending on your preference, some people may like the impenetrable exoskeleton sci-fi design using stainless steel from Cybertruck, while some other people might find it okay to just have a normal aluminium body from R1T. Finally, prices. R1T has a lot to do in order to compete against Cybertruck, where Cybertruck's various pricing levels can resonate with many people and giving people more options to choose from. Nevertheless, R1T presents some promising future, and I personally would love to see more development from them. You know what makes the best promising future? Make sure to like, sub, click the bell for more video every Friday. Alright, into the next segment. Quick developments. So as we all know by now, Rivian currently does not generate any revenue at all, as they have not had any massive production despite being founded in 2009. Ouch. Amazon currently owns about 20% of Rivian, and given its shareholding interest in Rivian, Amazon has also pre-ordered 100,000 units of EDV for their fleet by 2025. So this means that in the near term, we should expect that Rivian's revenue will be closely linked to EDV delivery to Amazon. As of September 30th, 2021, Rivian accepted pre-orders of approximately 48,000 of R1T and R1S in the US and Canada. The deliveries are not expected to begin until December 2021. Whereas Cybertruck currently has more than 1.25 million pre-orders. There we have it. Consumers have more faith and interest in a company that has proven itself in the past. One more thing to note, Rivian relies upon third party to manufacture and supply electronic chips, and this is a stark contrast against Tesla's way of custom designing their own chips. Rivian specifies that the supply chain chip shortage actually affected them and will impact their production in the future should the chip shortage happen again. At the moment, Rivian currently has an estimated production capacity of 150,000 units annually. I'll have to wait and see when they will go through the production hell period like Tesla went through in 2018. With that said, into the next segment. Finances. As mentioned earlier, Rivian does not have any revenue for now. Rivian currently has about $3.7 billion of cash waiting to be burned. You know, burning the cash like how Joker burns the cash in Batman Dark Knight. In addition to that, Rivian primarily funds their operations through equity financing and borrowing. In fact, Rivian has been involved in several equity financing rounds since 2019. And given that Rivian will need to burn a whole lot more cash in the foreseeable future, we should expect more share dilution to come through as they need to raise more money. There could come a scenario where they fail to deliver and all this equity ownership will mean nothing in the end. Since Rivian hasn't started mass production yet, it will be helpful to learn a bit more of the management's background to help us better understand their capabilities. With that said, into the next segment. Management background. RJ, the founder and CEO of Rivian, having graduated with a PhD in mechanical engineering from MIT, and founded the company right after his graduation. It was said that he grew up with a deep interest in cars and vehicles from a young age. So basically, he didn't have prior experience in building companies before this, unlike Elon Musk. Yeah, a PhD in mechanical engineering from MIT sounds nice and dandy, but an experience in building companies would definitely mean so much more value and provide more confidence to investors. Jitan Bell, the Chief Growth Officer of Rivian since October 2020, and a Chief Strategy Officer since March 2016. Jitan leads the brands, sales and business developments at Rivian. Before Rivian, he was a principal at Roland Berger, an international management consulting firm from October 2009 to February 2016. Not too shabby of an experience for a Chief Growth Officer. Next, Claire McDonough, the Chief Financial Officer of Rivian since January 2021. Before Rivian, Claire was the Managing Director and Co-Head of Disruptive Commerce at JP Morgan. And prior to that, she also worked as Vice President and Treasurer of Fairway Market. Okay, she definitely has the necessary credentials to be a CFO. Sounds good to me. With that said, into the next segment. My final thoughts. Referring to the EDV agreement with Amazon, the EDV agreement does not have a minimum order quantity requirement. Additionally, the EDV agreement has a 1-year initial term that automatically renews for additional 1-year periods unless earlier terminated. So you see, the EDV agreement with Amazon is not like a fixed 5-year agreement. It is subjected to renewal upon delivery status. All in all, with the current valuation of about $100 billion and zero revenue, everyone just dreams of the sweet 15,000% Tesla stock gain story to happen again. Now, to me, this is a clear big bubble in this Rivian EV stock, and the bubble is waiting to burst. Now let's run some valuation scenarios. Rivian at the moment has 55,000 pre-orders. Suppose each pre-order is priced at $65,000, this gives roughly $3.6 billion of revenue. On top of that, if we assume Rivian delivers 10,000 EDVs in 2022 with no delay, with EDV price at industry average of $50,000, this gives another $500 million of revenue. Summing up everything, and we have a total potential revenue of $4.1 billion. And assuming the market is being generous and willing to give it a 30 times price revenue multiple, this means Rivian is to be valued at $123 billion, which is roughly equal to its current market valuation. Suppose that the market is skeptical of Rivian's progress and gives it a 10 times price revenue multiple, just like how market valued Tesla 10 years ago. This means Rivian is to be valued at $41 billion market valuation. So, you see, these valuations are only justified when Rivian can prove that their trucks are the best and that they can deliver their trucks as promised with no delay. I have very low confidence that they can have 100% perfect execution within 3 years. As we all learned that from Tesla's history, scaling the EV production process is not an easy job. So the analogy is that investing in Rivian right now is like your wife is just getting pregnant, but you're already booking a college course for the unborn child. So why the rush, bro? Just sit back and look for other stocks in the meantime. I've also made a metaverse stock video recently, and click here if you're interested to find out more. Do you agree with this valuation or not? Comment your thoughts down below. I'll try my best to reply to every single comment, and I'll see you in the next one.